And welcome back, everyone, to part 6 of What If Naruto ate a Devil Fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi edition. So last time, a lot of stuff went on, the same as normal. Now, I've had a lot of people kind of, not a lot, but I've had a couple people push back on that Naruto would learn wind release over here. Whether or not he would. I've heard people basically push back saying he would not. What I know there's a specific comment that kind of that I feel is kind of encapsulates what some people kind of said. And not like people are openly against me still giving him the win style. It's just that the reason for it isn't really as present here as it is in one of the let's see, where was that comment? Let's see. I think it's the same person. Okay. Naruto wouldn't train and wouldn't release. Well, he did, so sorry. For starters, Kage only taught him because he needed to counter Sasuke's lightning. Okay. Sasuke is in prison, so that encounter never happened. Okay, fair. Second reason, the elemental release is a tuning exercise. Kage only taught. Yeah, okay, see. The tuning exercise, I don't. Yes, but Naruto also knows the goddamn Rasengan, which is a Jonin minimum level move. So, and a summoning jutsu for the toads. I think we can ignore when someone's supposed to learn something here. So, I don't think the tuning level excuse works anymore. Lastly, by the point of the original canon, Naruto is sworn to never use the Kyuubi chakra again. Okay, so yes, and that actually still could probably happen here. So I don't see really still needing something else along with this Gomu Gomu no Mi. That could be something to catalyze Naruto into still learning wind release. So I'm still going to lean towards he can learn wind release. But again, it's a tuning level thing. Well, yes, but how many people already know elemental technique? Sasuke knew elemental release when he was a kid. Granted, that was clan stuff, admittedly. It wasn't taught by a Jonin, but still, Naruto we know is well past tuning level in terms of strength at that point. Kakashi knows that, and he needed something else to fight. So I don't know. I think that's perfectly fine myself. But look, if you disagree, I'm not harping on it too much. I'm just saying I'm not changing it. So it's there. But that being said, however, we are in an interesting spot here because Azuma still died. They dealt with Kakuzu and they dealt with Hidan, and Deidara's dead in this version. If I remember correctly, I did kill Deidara off. Which leads us to a very unique scenario here. One, Orochimaru's still very much alive, just took a different body, so you don't get Kabuto turning into weird snake pedo Kabuto. But beyond that, Itachi. Now, Sasuke is in prison still. He's incarcerated. He's not getting out anytime soon. What does Itachi do here? Like, he's met Naruto. He knows Sasuke is incarcerated. So, and he knows he's going to die, but he also has put the crow in Naruto. So, in theory, he can just kind of die on his own without any issue. But I don't think he wants Obito to have his eyes. So, what does he actually do? Well, because he's kind of already put some trust in Naruto, he does eventually kind of ask for Naruto. Like, he summons a crow, delivers a message to Naruto. It's like, I want you to meet me here. I prefer you come alone, but bring whoever you like. And I think Naruto is not going to meet with Sasuke now, but I'll meet with him afterwards. Like, all right, and he goes to the Kage, tells them everyone. So it's just Team 7 minus Sai, because maybe Sai. Sai would still honestly be kind of changing, just maybe a little slower. So maybe Sai goes with him. And they go to the location. Kasame's there. Now, I've sometimes heard that Kasame doesn't know Itachi's doing this, but in the original, he certainly did. So I think it's only fair to keep that going, that he knows, but he also knows Itachi's dying too, probably. So even though he is tasked with catching the Nine Tails, he also knows that is Itachi's mission. So he just decides, well, Itachi's waiting for it. He thinks Itachi's maybe playing to catch the Nine Tails. That's not the case here. So Naruto goes and he confronts Itachi. Now, someone also brought up the fact that the Crow probably wouldn't have a command to protect the village for Sasuke, but maybe something else against Obito. By all accounts, there's no reason it shouldn't. So I can't think, but I mean, maybe he could throw it against Obito. Quite frankly, he could still protect the village. So I don't, because Obito probably shouldn't be able to resist it any more than Sasuke would have. Regardless, Itachi's there. He's sitting in the chair, and Naruto's there. I'm here. What do you want? It's like, Naruto, you're looking good. I see that fruit you ate long ago. And it's like, wait, how do you know about that? They speak of such powers in a book I read one time. It said that it comes only from eating a special fruit that only once in a generation individual will be able to find. I assume you were the one who found it. You've made good use of it, from what I've heard. It's like, yeah, great. Why am I here, Sasuke? What if Sasuke? Yeah, he's in jail. He's incarcerated because of you, because of everything you did. Everything you did is like everything I did. No, sorry, I'm repeating myself, but he goes, everything I did. To which Naruto does actually, he's like, all right, you may have led him down the path, but he made his own choices. I admit that. But that's why I'm going to do everything I can to help him see the light. You really? Why? Why would you do that for my brother, Naruto? This is something I need to know. And Naruto hesitates for a minute, and then just opens it, because didn't have anyone. I still technically don't have family. But I've had friends, and he's the closest thing I've ever had to a brother. Apart from and he thinks maybe Iruka, but Iruka's more of a brother, but he's my friend, and I look at him like my brother. And so he's looking at, and I will do anything to help bring him back to the light, because that's, and I promise that, and I never go back on my word, because that's my ninja way. And Itachi says, seems you really were a better brother to him than I was, Naruto, and I apologize to him and you for that. It's like, what? I don't, and he just starts coughing up some blood. It's like, what's wrong with you? It's like, I'm dying. I have maybe a few weeks, a month at most chakra. And again, I believe it stated it was a byproduct of his Mangekyo. It was some sort of chakra disease from it. He had to take eye drops from it. But he said chakra disease, byproduct of my eyes. Yeah, when I die, the leader of our group will be taking my eyes from me and be using it for whatever purposes he sees fit. I cannot allow my eyes to fall into the wrong hands, Naruto. So what do you say? I need you to take my eyes. Why? Why are you even offering this to me? Why? You're the one who killed your clan. You're the one who did all of this. And again, he hesitates. Like, you're right. I am the reason for all this to happen. But there's more to it than that, Naruto. If you'll allow me. Why should I believe you? I will just tell you simply, all I can say is what I say is the truth. Whether you choose to believe it is up to you. And so he explains why he did it, what was going on. And, my father, my mother, my clan were going to try to take over the village. So many innocents would have been lost on both sides, my family and the citizens of Konoha. I made the only choice I felt I could do. And he actually maybe sheds a tear and was like, I did things that night I can never take back and can never unsee and never undo. And what's worse, I left Sasuke in a state I turned Sasuke into something I can never forgive myself for doing. Naruto can see it, and like, Naruto, having been an orphan, doesn't know family as well as other people, but he knows pain and he knows hurt. He just sees what Itachi's kind of gone through and just. So I don't know why, but I believe you. Thank you, Naruto. So what do you do? What do you want to do now? My eyes, and he's got a scroll paper. Take and just, so when you leave this place, tell Kasame and the others that I am dead. He may try to fight you, but most likely he'll try to flee, given that you and Kakashi are there. You know about that too? And he kind of actually said, I'm a sensor ninja, Naruto, because he does have good sensory capabilities. I'm not foolish. Or let me rephrase that. He maybe senses them, but more than anything, I'm not foolish, Naruto. You would not come without backup. What about you? I think it's time for me to just disappear. Naruto, I will not tell you how to get I will not tell you what to do with this information, but Sasuke, do you feel he'd be willing to believe this information now? And Naruto does think about that. Like, no, the way he is now, I don't know if he'd be able to handle it, but he needs to know it. I leave it at your discretion when you tell my brother. And so Naruto goes, and he comes back and says, oh, so you're back. What, you're back? Then that means Itachi's is like, and Naruto does a little act like, it was a tough fight, but Itachi's dead. And he's got some blood from, like, maybe Itachi's given some blood. He's got some blood on his hands. So I see. So if you want to try to take me on, and he's able to coat his hand in the Nine Tails chakra, and not maybe, but he coats his hand in this hockey. He's like, you're welcome to try. I was like, maybe another time, kid. But unfortunately, sighing Kage. But unfortunately, this probably isn't a good matchup for me right now. So later, it just disappears. And just like Itachi predicted. And so they go back, and it's like, Naruto, what really happened? What, you don't think I'd be Itachi? And it's like, to be honest, no, I don't. I'll tell you on the way when no one's listening. And so he eventually relates to Kage, tells him to put up some, like, seals. I was like, yeah, so, and these are Itachi's eyes. What are we going to do with this? We could destroy them, but I don't know. It feels like it might be a waste. And we'll keep them, and we'll keep them, I'll keep them safe, sealed all the way, all that. Danzo probably doesn't know about this because Sai's not going to tell him that. And so what about Sasuke, though? And he goes and, he decides to visit Sasuke, who's, again, just kind of, maybe he's working out a little bit the best he can. He's like, oh, visiting me again. What are you doing here? And Sakura. Oh, Sakura's here. To which he does. He's a little softer on Sakura. To what I owe the pleasure. I need to tell you something. What? That you're stronger than me? I already know that. Next. I was like, no, something important. Oh, wait, no, you're going to plan to be Hokage. That you're getting. And then because he's so obsessed with strength and they lost to Naruto. Your brother's dead. Which, what? What did you just say? Itachi's dead. And it's like, what do you mean Itachi's dead? Well, you don't get to say that. I'm the only one who gets to kill Itachi. What do you mean he's dead? And he explains what happened. Again, omitting some things. And he explains he really. And I think Naruto maybe the Kage, maybe Tsunade comes out so he can show him the eyes. The Anbu at the room. Now, unfortunately, Danzo might have that room bugged, so it's very possible that he now knows that they have Itachi's eyes, and he wants those eyes. But that being said, he sees the eyes, and Sasuke's like, no. He just kind of like has an outburst for a couple minutes. He's just, why you? You were in jail. He wanted to die by your hands, but unfortunately, you were in jail. It's like, what do you mean he wanted to die by my hands? He's the one who did all this to me. What the hell are you talking about? And he just kind of looks at Tsunade and just, look, he might not be ready, but he needs to know now. He needs to be able to process this now. What the hell are you talking about? It's like, yeah, and he explains, and your brother killed your clan, yes, but there's more to it than that. And now Danzo's like, oh, it's like, crap. Speaking of which, I need to have a conversation with that son of a bitch. And so maybe that happens, or she gets a very big earful. And so speaking of which, I'm going to have send some Anbu in there to have a look through it to see where see what you were doing at the time. Well, she doesn't know he still has the root organization per se. But still, I think she puts him on a tired release. And so she managed, and they keep the eyes safe away from Danzo for the time being. Sasuke is just like, now just filled with rage, and he's just, yeah, get out, all of you. It's like, Sasuke, it's like, get out. So yeah, this is not going well for Sasuke in this story, and I'm going to be honest, I don't see it ultimately going well in the end for Sasuke in the story. It's not really tailored to Sasuke. Yeah, I took the eyes from Itachi, but I'm not saying I'm planning to give them to Sasuke. Honestly, I'm not. Not at this point anyway. Meanwhile, it's found out Jiraiya has been killed. Naruto is very sad about this. Mourns. Ultimately he's cheered up, goes to train with the Toads. Learning Sage Mode, add on to the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and when we eventually get to Gear 5, that makes him weird powerful. All kinds of weird powerful. But, yeah, so eventually, the attack on Konoha happens. The toad, I think, is still called by Danzo. Everyone else is pretty much in a bad way as they are in the original. Sakura isn't even able to take on that giant centipede in the original, because she just punched it and nearly killed it. Here, not the case. But that said, she's still able to use Earth, Genjutsu, all that stuff on. So she still manages, I think, to put the damn thing down. Just more difficult. Naruto eventually shows up in Sage mode, goes toe to toe with the Pats. He's got the Gomu Gomu no Mi, so he just comes in. Doesn't even have to use the frog. In fact, I think with the Sage mode and amping him, he can kind of just inflate his arm without needing to. If he without going like inflating it, just punches the the Preta path, shows off the Rasen Shuriken, all that. Now eventually though, he does run out of Sage Chakra, and so he's like, crap, I need another one. Gets the Sage Chakra again, gets caught by the Preta path, breaks out of it. Now he might be able to handle the David path even before, thanks to the Gomu Gomu no Mi. But the important thing here is that he is able to, fight relatively toe to toe, using the gear third as a giant fist to try to get through the Shinra Tensei. And we've seen that you can brace against the Shinra Tensei. You can, and Naruto did with just a lot of clones. So massive fist, probably just, and he's now kind of just jackhammering into the ground for pain. I do not see Hinata sacrificing herself because I don't see Naruto getting captured, honestly. The chakra rods, while they can still pierce Naruto, would still do it more difficultly, and Pain would notice this. And Naruto would take this, use this as an advantage to maybe even use another gear. Interesting. They will not pierce all the way through. That's fascinating. Naruto just boing, and Pain makes some distance, just uses some Kurama chakra, even though the seal is like really starting to get worn down. Just it's interesting. Just about a cure for bones in man. And so he comes in. I could actually see him doing because he's got Tank Man, Bound Man, and Snake Man. Snake Man's more offensive. I can see them being a fox form, which is speed and power that Snake Man is. His Snake Man is more of a fox form. So Fox Man just comes in and rushes Shinra Tensei. It just rebounds like rubber blasts away from the Shinra Tensei. Boing, boing, boing. Just comes in and just starts beating on him as hard as he can. Unfortunately, because he still has to use Kurama's chakra for this to harden, he hasn't figured out how to use his own chakra to harden himself hockey style. It is causing the Ninetales chakra to leak out more. I think that is the catch-22, at least at this point in the series with him using this, is that every time he does, he is causing more Fox chakra to leak out. So unfortunately, while he is ultimately overpowering him, I think he is letting loose the Fox as he does ultimately kind of get blasted back. Unfortunately, he's tired out right now, even with particularly because of Sage mode. Even in Gear 4, he did this while tired out. So ultimately, then he gets kind of like just pinned down again. Now Hinata comes in. It's like, Hinata, no, don't do this. Like, no, Naruto, I'll do anything to protect you because I love you. It's like, and then obviously she gets nearly killed. Could Sakura have saved her? That's a good question. She does have medical jutsu here. She does have medical ninjutsu. By the way, that was another thing that got brought up, is that Kakaro should have died because the only people who could do it are Shizune, Sakura, and Tsunade. That's it. I don't think that necessarily means he should die. I do think, though, that means that between using what knowledge they can, with having at least some medical expertise or whatever, I think Kakaro could just be crippled his whole life. If she's able to, like, I don't know. I don't. My only stipulation for if Kakaro straight out dies is if Sakura has no medical ninjutsu whatsoever. That would be my condition there. The fact that she has some studying her own, it's probably not as good as she is here, but she's maybe, like I said, like a third as good, which is still pretty good. Again, I don't think Kakaro should have died in this version, personally. But if you disagree, that's fine. Anyway, again, Naruto sees that, goes into Six Tails, then goes 7, 8, meets his dad, punched him in the gut, gets out of the fox form, seals reset, beats down Nagato, and ultimately meets up with him, and there beats down Pain, and ultimately meets Nagato and Konan. And they have their conversation as they always do. Everyone gets resurrected. Now, someone asked me, am I going to give him the Rinnegan here? There's no point. Nothing here has changed to the point I think he should be giving him the Rinnegan. Now, I don't get me wrong. I do think that's something he probably actually should have done. But as Konan said, they're like, those eyes are like the prize of the nation, which is why she kept them. That was stupid, Konan, because you assumed you could beat Obito. Regardless, that is more or less where I think we should end this particular part. The Kage Summit, shockingly, would not go as badly, or would not go that different. I mean, it would go differently. Naruto, for example, doesn't go with Kakashi and Yamato over there. No one tried to kill her. No one tried to take B in this version because, well, no, actually, someone did because no, was it after the fact? No, because Sasuke's not a missing nin here. But you could have done is had Orochimaru try to take the Eight Tails. Maybe again meet up with the Akatsuki, meet up with Obito again, offer his services, and that way you could still have the Akatsuki try to take the Eight Tails. I think that could work, and that's probably the likely scenario in my mind. So that does still lead to the Kage Summit. There's no interruptions from Sasuke. Danzo gets found out. He tries to book it. Obito then does come after Danzo. Now, Danzo probably does better against Obito than he did against Sasuke, just because Obito doesn't show off a lot of moves. But that Kamui is freaking hacks. So I do honestly think he like traps Danzo in the Kamui realm, in the in Kamui dimension, which means, well, to be honest, it just means that Danzo would kill himself in the Kamui dimension to prevent Obito from getting anything from him. That's what it really means. And unfortunately, he does not have Sasuke under his wing here. So I speeded it up a little bit. One, because I'm low on battery, and B, I want to save the war arc for its own video. That will be the last part of this particular What If. And then we'll do the Naruto Zanpakuto one. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.